And now I'm just so excited to share these finds. We found some amazing, truly amazing things. Hello everyone, it's Jennifer. Corey and I are so happy to have you with us here on our channel. I have some DIY projects I want to accomplish, and I'm hoping to find some inexpensive items to complete them. So today we're heading over to our favorite thrift shop, Lucky Day Resale. Lucky Day is one of our favorite shops locally since they always have a good blend of current used items, as well as vintage and even some antiques. Their pricing is usually pretty good, but Corey and I did notice today that items seemed a bit higher priced than usual, even with the 30% discount they were offering. I know that with the holidays coming up, things for fall and Christmas are going to be priced a bit higher just because those items are what will be selling better. But still, I'm beginning to think that estate sales are the only true place to find discounted items anymore. And I'm really wondering, how are all of you feeling out there? Are you seeing prices for thrifted items in your area climbing beyond what you are willing to pay? I'm just curious, and I would really love to know. These little dessert cups were really different. I have never seen them with the bottom attached like this before. Thought it was a great place to rest your spoon. And anyway, if there had been more, I probably would have picked these up. I just love things that have feet attached, and I thought this little bowl was really pretty and very well priced. I always look at the art in this store because this is where we found our dog painting, as well as the copy of a work from the Canadian artist Roger Duval that we bought for $25, which I now see going for well over $200. You just never know what you'll find. I really love old furniture because honestly, they just don't make things like they used to, and I am noticing that pricing on furniture is so much better than decor items. They really had a large assortment of lamps, more than they usually do, and some of them were really pretty. I thought the shape of this one was very unique. And again, the pricing seemed a bit high for me, maybe because Corey and I found some gorgeous brass lamps at an estate sale for $7. I think it's just hard to imagine paying these prices for something less inspiring. I fell in love with this pottery vase. It has a very crackled glaze on it, and the aging it has just makes this one of a kind. They had a little set going on here with a platter, a condiment dish, as well as a soup tureen and a set of bowls. But to buy them all, it would have been a bit pricey. Still thought they were very pretty with their acorn and leaf pattern. This little two-tiered table was so pretty. Yes, it needs a little TLC, but oh my, she would look gorgeous in the right setting. And what a story I'm sure she has to tell. I thought these two matching chairs were really well priced and that they had a nice classic shape that won't go out of style. I'm not sure what new upholstery costs these days. I haven't looked into it, but with new fabric, these would be amazing. Now, it's not every day that you go thrifting and find an old organ sitting in the back of a store. It was so pretty. I really hope someone rescues it. I have been dying to sit down and showcase some of the treasures we found at our last thrifting adventure, and we really did find some amazing things. But I've been waiting. I ordered a few things to do a flip DIY project on, and I've been waiting for those to show up before I did this video because Corey and I thought we would share a couple of our upcoming DIY projects with you, so that way you could potentially maybe go out and find these items if you're interested and doing the projects as well with us. You know how I love to search online for high-end items that I would love to own, that may be kind of on the expensive side, and actually recreate those things. So like I said, we thought maybe you would want to do that along with us. So we're going to share two of our upcoming DIY projects. And now I'm just so excited to share these finds. We found some amazing, truly amazing things. So let's get into the haul portion of this video. Okay, so there's been a trend that I've been seeing around that people are going and shopping for little plates or glass plates to use as saucers under their live plants to catch the water. And I thought that's a really lovely idea because I have those plastic ones that sit underneath my little live plants. And I thought, you know, I'm gonna look for some pretty plates. So we did find a set of 3. These are just clear glass plates, but they have this little pretty swirl pattern to them. And they were $5 for a set of 3 of them. So, and they were again 30% off. So that was again $3.50. And I thought they would look really, really pretty as saucers underneath my live plants. So I'm gonna go ahead and use those. And I might pick up a few more. I have a couple that are in larger size pots, so that I'll have to find maybe some trays or something. But I thought this was a really great idea. And so I did pick these up. I'm always looking for vases. I have a ton of vases and I should actually stop buying vases. But if I find something that absolutely speaks to me, I cannot pass it up. And this one, it spoke to me. It said, "You need me." Now, I do believe this is a vintage piece. Why I'm saying that is because the finish on it is very crackled. It is very heavy. It is pottery, glazed pottery, and you better believe I am not touching anything on this vase because it is absolutely beautiful just as it is. Now it is heavy, so I'm gonna lift this baby up here, but it's this cream colored vase, and like I said, it is definitely a pottery vase. It was marked for $30. I did get it for 30% off, so that's roughly, I think we paid about $21 for it. And again, I know you're not going to be able to see if I could get a close-up of it, but the finish on this is just beautiful. It has this crackled glazing on it, and it's aged, it's got a lot of weathering, and I just absolutely love this vase. Was it a little bit pricey? Yes, but again, I do believe this is something that is vintage, and if not, it's getting to be very close to being vintage. Anyway, I thought this was just such a beautiful piece. Corey's the one that spotted it right away. I did hesitate only because it was $30, marked at 30, even though it was 30% off. But, you know, I try not to pick up things that tend to be too pricey. But like I said, this is pottery, and I love the way it looks. So now on to the DIY items. That's really why we went thrifting, is because I had these DIY projects that I wanted to get done. And so I'm going to showcase the actual pieces that I found online that I want to duplicate. And the very first one is something from Magnolia, and it's this planter. It's a basket planter, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was so pretty. But the small one, which measures, I believe, around 10 inches, and it's, I think, about 22 inches high, it's priced at $42. And then the larger one, which I think it's 14 or 16 inches wide, and then it's considerably more taller, but it's $62. So I thought, you know, I honestly think if we find the right basket, we can make this. And so when we were at Lucky Day, I did find this cute little basket. I believe at some point it probably was a little planter basket for you to slip a plant inside of. I mean, obviously you'd have to have a plastic liner or another pot to put inside of it. But I thought it was the perfect shape. I loved, kind of had almost a little bit of a scalloped detail to it. And I loved the open weave. I think it's a very pretty color. I do need to give it a good cleaning. I don't think I'm going to do anything with the color. I actually really do like the color. I like the braiding down here. So anyway, we're going to transform this into that Magnolia planter. This was priced at $5, again, 30% off, so we got it for $3.50. Now, I have a planter that looks a little bit more modern, maybe a little bit boho, that does have some legs. So I could potentially rob the legs from that planter to put on this one. Or Corey thought maybe even some wooden dowels. So that gives you a couple options that maybe if you have a planter that's got legs on it already and you're kind of tired of it, or maybe you don't like it anymore, you could rob those legs. Or again, you could get some wooden dowels. But anyway, we're gonna probably add a round piece of wood to the bottom to attach the 3 legs to. So this is gonna be one of the DIY projects that we have upcoming. So please stay tuned. I cannot wait to transform this little sweetie and put in, I think I'm gonna get a new plant for it. I love adding real life plants to my home. I do use a lot of faux florals and faux stems, but that's only because flowers die off so quickly, and it gets very costly to continue to keep, you know, fresh florals in your home, unless you have a fresh cut garden that you can go out and just snip some flowers. But live real plants, I absolutely love them, and my kitchen gets so much light, and I think this would look really pretty in there. So this is going to be one of our upcoming DIY projects. Okay, while we were there at Lucky Day, we stumbled upon this beautiful iron pedestal. It apparently, I'm assuming it was a little table of some sort at one time, and it was priced at $15. It's solid iron. It is definitely vintage. And okay, so I passed it up. I told Corey, oh, you know, I don't know what we would do with it. And I got home and I was beating myself up over it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It's just one of those items that said, why did you pass me up? Especially since it ended up being like a $7 item. I made him go back and get it because I loved it so much. And I started thinking about it, and I thought, you know, Jennifer, you could have Corey put a really pretty top on this and turn it into the cutest little drink table that we could set next to the chair, or you could even put it next to a bathtub and have a pretty little moment with a candle, maybe a bath brush, soaps, you name it, some bath bombs, you know, whatever. And anyway, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It has like little clawed feet on it. And again, this is definitely vintage. and I am so excited. We are going to do a DIY on this one, and I'm trying to think of what I want to do as far as what to add to the top. I thought it would be really pretty to maybe go find a piece of remnant stone like marble or limestone or something like that. But I also think it would just be so pretty with a piece of wood, a really pretty piece of wood. So I'm just not really sure yet which way I'm leaning, but this is definitely going to be another item that's going to be coming up in our DIY video. Now, I don't expect you all to go run out and find a vintage stand, but I just wanted to share this with you, that this will be in our upcoming DIY video, just because I love it so much. The last item I want to share with you actually didn't come from Lucky Day. Now, we did find a couple items that could have potentially worked for the DIY that I want to do or recreate, and but they were just a little bit on the small side. So when I came back home, I went on Amazon and I found this tray, and what I'm going to be recreating is a Pottery Barn tray that I found that is priced, I believe the pricing is somewhere around like $129 all the way up to $189, something like that. And I do believe they're on sale right now, but even the sale prices are like $107 to, I don't even know, $129 or something like that. So they're still really, really high priced, but I loved the look of this tray. Now, this looks just like that tray, just like it. I mean, if you were to look at this and it was black, you would think it's the same exact tray. So I did pick this up from Amazon. It's just a sheet pan. They had them 40% off, and I will leave a link down below if you're interested in picking this up. But it was I want to say $5, just under $6 for this sheet pan. And so, like I said, I probably could have gone to a Goodwill or maybe our Carms here locally and found something, you know, that would work. But I was a little worried about them being used and being warped from being in the oven. And so I thought the best thing to do was just to buy something new. I thought maybe I could find one at the dollar store brand new, but for $5, I really didn't think that was a bad price from Amazon. So I did pick this up. Now, the Pottery Barn tray, the handles are leather wrapped. And I went online and I did find some leather wrapped handles that would work beautifully, but they were very pricey. They were upwards, I want to say they were like around $28 on up, you know, going into the 30s and $40. I think there was even some priced at $50. And I just thought that was just a little bit too much for a handle for my, you know, my dupe tray, for Pottery Barn's tray. So what I did is I found some handles that are made of wood that have that same kind of leather look, and they're actually walnut. And I think they're gonna work really well. And I think it was a set of 2 and then an additional small handle for $6 or $7. I am waiting for those to show up because I believe they're coming from China. And so they're not gonna be here till the end of August. So we probably won't get this DIY video out to you until the beginning of September. But again, if you want to recreate this tray with us, you just need to pick up a sheet pan. Maybe you have one on hand that's still in really good condition. And so all you're gonna need to do is just get some handles, and I will link the handles down below in case you wanna pick those up that I'm gonna be using. But I think it's gonna turn out so, so pretty. You're gonna need some, obviously, black spray paint. We're gonna try to figure out something. I think there's one that actually has a texture to it, because that one, the Pottery Barn one, has a lot of texture. It almost looks very iron. So we're gonna see what we can find to do that. So there is gonna be the expense of the spray paint, but I don't think that's gonna be, you know, no more than $12 maybe at the most. I'm not really sure what spray paints are going, especially the textured ones right now, but I'm thinking like around $9. But anyway, I think that this is going to turn out so well. So if you want to try to recreate this with us, you'll just need to pick up a sheet pan and some handles. Also, I'm gonna have Corey drill, obviously, the handles into this, but if you don't wanna drill, you can definitely use some super adhesive glue, something that has a really good adhesion to glue the handles on, and that way you wouldn't have to do the drill part. We do have some additional DIYs planned. I have some napkin rings that I want to recreate, again from Pottery Barn. I have a few other items that I currently own that I kind of want to just do an upcycle on, that I've kind of either gotten tired of or I don't like the color. And so those will be showcased also in the upcoming DIY video. We really hope you enjoyed today's video and enjoyed shopping with us on our little thrifting adventure. And if you did, please hit that like button and share this video with someone you know. And if you're new, please subscribe to our growing YouTube community. We would love to have you here. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that little bell notification so that you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. We want to say how much we loved having you with us today. We want to wish you an amazing week ahead, and we will see you very soon in the next one. Bye for now.